In 1985, Costco started selling a hot dog and a soda for $1.50. 40 years later, still $1.50. So when the CEO tried to raise it, the founder himself told him, and I'm quoting directly, "If you raise the effing hot dog, I will kill you." Like, that's not a joke. That's a business philosophy. And once you understand why Costco would rather lose money on a hot dog than raise the price by $1, you'll understand why it's one of the most successful companies in American history. So, how does a company that sells $249 billion worth of product and barely marks it up any actually make money? The answer is stranger than you think. Costco is the third largest retailer in the world, behind only Walmart and Amazon. They have over 800 warehouse locations globally and nearly 137 million cardholders. But here's the thing most people don't think about when they walk through those warehouse doors. You can't shop there without paying a membership fee. It's $65 a year for basic membership and $130 a year for executive. Most people think that the membership is just the price of entry, like the toll you pay to get access to the bulk paper towels and the giant tubs of peanut butter. But it's not. The membership fee is the business. So to understand why, you have to go back to 1976. That's when a man named Sol Price opened a store called Price Club in a converted airplane hangar in San Diego, California. The concept was simple. Charge customers a small annual fee and in return, sell them everything at prices as close to cost as possible. No frills, no fancy displays, just pallets of merchandise and prices that grocery stores and department stores couldn't touch. Working under Sol Price at the time was a young executive named Jim Sinegal. Sinegal studied the model closely, believed in it completely, and in 1983, he opened his own version in Seattle, Washington. He called it Costco. A decade later, in 1993, Price Club and Costco merged. Sinegal became CEO of the combined company, and the original philosophy became the foundation of everything. Charge a membership fee, sell everything at near cost, make the membership so valuable that people never want to cancel. Sinegal even set a rule that would define Costco for the next 40 years. No product would ever be marked up more than 14% above cost. Ever. No exceptions. So for comparison, most supermarkets or grocery stores mark up products 25 to 50%. Pharmacies can mark up drugs by hundreds or even thousands of percent. Costco kept everything at 14. So what does that actually look like today? Costco's most recent annual report tells the whole story. In 2024, they had $249.6 billion in net sales. Like, more than the GDP of most countries. But their gross profit margin, so that's the percentage of each sale they actually keep after paying for the products, was just 10.92%. For comparison, Walmart's gross margin is 24.2%. So Costco is marking up their products at less than half the rate of the largest retailer in the world on purpose. Now, here's where it gets interesting though. With $249 billion in sales and a margin that thin, their total operating income, which is the actual profit from running the whole business, came in at $6.2 billion. And their membership fee revenue, $4.8 billion. Let that sit for a second. 77% of Costco's entire profit comes not from selling you anything, but that $65 annual fee that you pay just to walk in the door. They're running a $250 billion retail operation at near break even so that you can keep renewing that membership every year. And it works. Their renewal rate is at 90%. 90%. 9 out of 10 members renew every single year. Once you're in, you almost never leave. Which brings us back to the hot dog story. So, first fact, in fiscal year 2025 alone, Costco sold more than 245 million hot dog combos at $1.50 each. That's a lot of revenue, but the combo is intentionally priced at or near break even. According to Business Insider, the price stopped making economic sense for a long time, but Costco keeps it anyway. When CEO Craig Jelinek raised the idea of finally increasing the price, co-founder Jim Sinegal shut it down immediately. His exact words, reported by both Business Insider and Forbes, "If you raise the effing hot dog, I will kill you." Forbes also noted Sinegal's reasoning. "We are known for that hot dog. That's something you don't mess with." To protect the price without losing money, Costco eventually switched from the Hebrew national brand to their own Kirkland signature brand hot dog, essentially building a meat processing operation rather than raise the price 50 cents. Fact number 2. Speaking of Kirkland, Costco's private label brand generates over $40 billion in annual sales based on the most recent publicly reported figures. That's more than Nike. Kirkland exists for one reason. When a name brand supplier won't hit Costco's price requirements, Costco makes their own version. Same quality, lower cost, and Costco keeps more of what little margin they're working with. Alright, fact number 3. The 14% markup cap applies to everything, including the pharmacy. So while a typical pharmacy can charge dramatically more for prescription drugs, Costco's pharmacy markups are subjected to the same ceiling as the rotisserie chicken and the 48-pack of water bottles. It's one of the reasons Costco's pharmacy prices are consistently among the lowest in the country. So where does Costco go from here? The membership fee hasn't been raised since 2017. Analysts have been expecting an increase for years, and the math on why is straightforward. Every $5 increase in the annual fee adds roughly $500 million in near pure profit to the bottom line, without selling a single additional product. But there's a bigger question for Costco's future than the fee price. Jim Sinegal built a company around a very specific philosophy: treat customers fairly, keep prices low, make the membership feel like the best deal they've ever made. Every CEO who follows him faces the same test. Can you resist the pressure to squeeze just a little more margin out of the products? Wall Street would love it if they tried. Shareholders would see a short-term boost. But Costco's entire business model is built on trust. The trust that when you walk into that warehouse, the prices are as low as they can possibly be. The trust that Costco isn't trying to get one over on you. Break that trust, and the 90% renewal rate starts to dip. So far, every CEO after Sinegal has passed the test. The hot dog is still $1.50. Costco doesn't make money by selling you things. It makes money by making you want to come back. The warehouse, the $1.50 hot dog, the 10.92% gross margin, the Kirkland brand, the 14% markup cap, all of it is designed to do one thing: make that $65 membership feel like the best deal you ever made. And 90% of their members agree every single year. If you want to understand why other retailers keep failing while Costco keeps growing, drop a comment. I'm thinking about doing a follow-up on why companies like Kmart and Sears lost everything. And if you found this useful, subscribe. I'll be doing this every week. But their gross profit margin, so that's the percentage of each sale they actually keep after paying for the products, was just 10.92%. For comparison, Walmart's gross margin is 24.2%. So Costco is marking up their products at less than half the rate of the largest retailer in the world on purpose. Now, here's where it gets interesting though. With $249 billion in sales and a margin that thin, their total operating income, which is the actual profit from running the whole business, came in at $6.2 billion. And their membership fee revenue, $4.8 billion. Let that sit for a second. 77% of Costco's entire profit comes not from selling you anything, but so for comparison, most supermarkets or grocery stores mark up products 25 to 50%. Pharmacies can mark up drugs by hundreds or even thousands of percent. Costco capped everything at 14. So what does that actually look like today? Costco's most recent annual report tells the whole story. In 2024, they had $249.6 billion in net sales, like more than the GDP of most countries. That $65 annual fee that you pay just to walk in the door. They're running a 250 billion retail operation. They're running a $250 billion retail operation